Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Salihin bin Ramlan, matric number 1816025. Today, our group will be presenting about the topic immunization or vaccination should be made compulsory for every citizen to minimize the spread of infectious diseases. Firstly, I will explain about the Whitehead. Whitehead focuses on facts, figures, evidence, proofs, and data. Emotions, opinions, and feelings are not present in this head so as to avoid any forms of biasness. Therefore, I will explain about vaccination based on the facts that has been laid out already. First of all, what is vaccine? A vaccine is a product that contains an antigen that is formulated using parts or whole of a virus or bacteria that are either killed or weakened. It is then injected into our body to induce our immune system to develop protective immunity against specific diseases. It also contains additional components such as preservatives, stabilizers, adjuvants, and other components to ensure the quality, safety, and efficacy of the vaccine. Furthermore, there are many types of diseases that have received vaccine treatment. An example for that is poliomyelitis, or polio for short. However, vaccine seems to have side effects, but these side effects are usually mild and goes away quickly. But these are also signs that the body is building an immunity against a disease. The common side effects are pain from the point of injection, mild fever, headache, and fatigue. However, there are few cases where a patient suffers serious side effects from the vaccination, but these cases are usually rare. They may experience an allergic reaction instead, and some of these signs are difficulty breathing, swelling of the face and throat, and dizziness. Moreover, acquiring vaccine can be expensive. For example, in Malaysia, the Malaysian government has allocated their budget to acquire COVID-19 vaccines, with the cost estimated to be roughly around 3 billion ringgit to fulfill the needs of every Malaysian citizens.
My name is NABIL bin NAZARUDIN and my matric card number is 1918431. So today I would like to give an explanation about the red thinking hat. What is red thinking hat? Red thinking hat is concerned about the feeling and emotion. People will freely to express their feeling and emotion between the related topic without any valid justification, also the valid reason. There are many emotion and feeling can be appeared among the citizen about the compulsory of the vaccination. Firstly, the emotion can be appeared among the citizen is the anxious feeling. It is because they feel anxious about the effectiveness of the vaccine. It is because there are some news saying that after receive the vaccine, they have side effects. Secondly, the emotion that can be appeared among the citizen is the doubtful feeling. It is because average population in Malaysia are Muslim, which are very concerned about the sources of the content in food and medicine from the halal resources. Therefore, the citizen, especially Muslims, doubted the purity of the vaccine content. Lastly, the people will feel a relief emotion if the vaccine is made as a compulsory. This is because the vaccination will produce a high immunity in human body, so it can protect the people from having the bad disease and also the infection. As a result, people will enjoy their life happily and normally because they know that they have a lot of protection from having any disease and also the infection.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Firdaus bin OMAR. My matric number 1914161. Now I will explain more about the black thinking hat. The black thinking hat emphasizes on criticizing, analyzing, and logical negative. In this hat, the people are allowed to criticize and give a judgment to the idea, as well as spot and identify the difficulties and risks with the intent to resolve them. So, regarding the topic, there are three winners that we found. If the idea to make vaccination compulsory for all citizens that can cause a lot of problem. First point is the vaccination can strengthen the health of the citizen. From the data of YHAD, it can be proved that taking the vaccination has a lot of side effects such as mild fever, chill and fatigue that can affect the ability of the citizen to do daily activity. Although the number of the cases is less, the risk of the vaccination is still there, which can endanger the health of citizens because the citizens do not know the reaction of the vaccine content with their body system. Additionally, it's hard to predict who will have mild side effect and who is likely to have more serious side effect from this vaccination. So, the citizens have to put themselves at risk if they want to receive this vaccine. The second point is the difficulty of the citizen to access the information and vaccination center, especially for citizens like orang asli who live in rural and remote area. They have difficulty getting the true information about vaccination. Moreover, the false news about vaccination are widely spread in the media, causing the confusion among them about the purity and effectiveness of the vaccine. Other than that, some of them face difficulty receiving the vaccine at the vaccination center because of the location of center far from their area and also have a transportation problem to go there. So, it will be a huge challenge for them if vaccination should be made compulsory for every citizen in Malaysia. The last point is vaccination require high expenditure to obtain them from manufacturer. It can be seen from the data of YHAD. Based on the current pandemic, which is COVID-19, Malaysia government allocate more than 3 billion to obtain supply of the COVID-19 vaccine. This indirectly increased the national debt to spend for doses of a vaccine. Moreover, the vaccine will be provided free of charge to Malaysia without any charge being imposed for each injection. Due to that, the government does not get revenue or profit to cover vaccination expenses. As a result, the government has to raise the higher tax prices to pay off the national debt, and it can give a burden to citizens to pay a high tax price.
My name is MUHAMAD DANIAL HAKIM bin YUSRI, metric number 1914669, and my role is the yellow hat. So the role of the yellow hat is to point out every positive and benefits of certain ideas, which also symbolizes brightness and optimism. So the keyword that usually used are optimism, generative, and constructive. So how does that work? So let's see the example of a yellow hat which has been applied in this issue. The first point or the good value that we may get from this issue is vaccination is one of the most effective public health interventions in the world that save lives and promoting good health for the human being. So when vaccines control the virus transmissions, citizens will be more comfortable and not so worried about the virus itself, where it will be the first step for the community to build immunity for their bodies from being infected by the coronavirus. Second, COVID-19 vaccines may be effective in reducing community spread and preventing disease in individuals. Once they receive their first shot, their bodies begin producing antibodies that may help their body's immune system fight the virus itself. So getting vaccinated not only reduces the chance of being infected, but also contributes to the community protection and reducing the virus transmission among the society. Lastly, vaccines also protect against severe illnesses, so even if they were vaccinated and become infected, they are very unlikely to become severely ill. So the risk of death because of COVID-19 is nearly eliminated once they are fully vaccinated. So when enough people are protected through the mandatory vaccinations, citizens could reach herd immunity, which means the spread of the virus becomes small and unlikely.
So I would like to continue my explanation about the green thinking hats. What is the green thinking hats? The green thinking hat is one of thinking about how to contribute creative ideas on the objective given, also it involves in avoiding the bad possibilities that will come to affect the result from happening in the desired ways. With the issues occurred, there are many creative solutions that can be taken to prevent all the problems from interfering with the positive result desired. Firstly, the solution that can be to prevent the issues, the leader of any society should use their power to spread awareness through any available media. Other than that, influencer of social media platform could be a great role model in having the vaccine. If people saw their favorite influencer get vaccinated and promote the vaccination, highly the people will follow suit and get immunization. Next, the issue of people having side effects and allergies can be avoided by making some surveys before the stage of injection. This is important because some people do not know how the vaccine could react to their body. So, the related society should take action to prevent the issue at the early stage by having a good checkup through the candidates. For instance, in order to take the vaccine, the advisor or doctor that is in charge of giving the vaccine has to create one last priority on checking the candidate's allergies or symptoms. With so, the bad effect of people will decrease and help to spread the good news about the vaccine to the public health. There is also an issue. The vaccines are difficult to get because the access is hard to be achieved from the home distance. This is because some people will be afraid of going outside and taking the vaccine because they have a big chance of getting the infection. One way to tackle the problem is create a delivery service of vaccine into the candidate's house. This is the only way to avoid the public from involving the infection chains. Other than that, it can help people from wasting their time on having the vaccine in the hospitals. Also, it can prevent the crowded room in the hospital that can be possibly spread the disease.
First of all, my name is HADI FARHAN SEMADI. My metric number is 1913351, and I will present to you about the Blue Hat. Basically, Blue Hat is focusing on thinking and managing the thinking process from the previous thinking hats. For example, for this topic, we will summarize everything on the problem that is being discussed, which is the vaccination should be made compulsory for every citizen to minimize the spread of infectious disease. For the first point, I will explain about how vaccine can improve the health standard of the people. The standard of the people will be improved to protect against the infection disease, such as the COVID-19, when they are taking the vaccine. Even though there is a threat that if they are taking vaccine, they will suffer a lot of side effects, but they can prevent it by they are taking a survey or a medical checkup to show that they are able or not to receive the types of the vaccine. Therefore, people can choose either they want to suffer a little side effect by taking the vaccine, or they want to suffer to the death because of the COVID-19. Furthermore, the second point for this Blue Hat, taking vaccine will lead people to live in a healthy environment with the other people. The rate of people to be infected by the disease, such as the COVID-19, will be low as their body is creating or producing the immunity or producing the antibodies, in which the antibodies will prevent the infection of the disease. Due to that, people can live happily in a healthy environment with the other people without the needs of thinking that the disease will affect them. Even though to obtain the vaccines, expenditure of the government increase. But if looking for the long term, the vaccine will give back the benefit not just to the people but also to the government. The reason is people can do their routine work as usual in crowded place, and citizens can travel to the different places in this country, in which it will give back the economic profit to the government. Last but not least, for the last point for these blue hats, based on the topic, it's shown that government has to improve their weakness. According to the problem that's stated by the black hat, it shows that the government has a few weakness or problems that need to be improved, especially in facing the COVID-19 pandemic. For example, that I can give, the difficulty of orang asli to receive the vaccination due to the location of the vaccination center is far from them. Based on the example given, it has shown that there is a gap between the regular citizen and the orang asli, especially in terms of provided the infrastructure between them that the government needs to overcome or to improve. All the citizens of Malaysia are worthy to get the services or infrastructure equally from the government, regardless of the race or the religion, especially on the vaccination, in which it will involve the health of the citizen.
As a conclusion, it is well known that vaccination is important and also one of the most effective of the health interventions that has been to protect and strengthen the immune system of the human body. So it should be made compulsory because it may be effective in reducing the spread and preventing disease, also virus transmission. Even though some people may argue that they have the right to decide whether to pay or not, but that for the whole society and community is also important. Hence, this argument and discussion should allow for a more informed decision regarding the compulsory of the vaccination, as it is on the individual to protect his or herself. I think that's all from us. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.